Good day, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to touch base with everybody. I wanted to let you guys know that these circumstances that we find ourselves in this country today are not happenstance. They are all coordinated, even if they're seemingly random. It seems to me that every little thing that we have going on in our country is leading us towards one end goal, an outcome that is not voted on by the people in which are subjugated under it. We have no say in these advancements that we are having happen in our country, namely these license plate readers, these AI cameras that are being installed on nearly every corner of our cities. Nobody has a say-so in that, majority of which are, if not all, are privately owned, and the data that is collected is all private, not maintained by a government institution, which means they are able to escape FOIA. They are able to escape constitutional challenges of Fourth and Fifth Amendment violations, and even more whenever these license plate readers can be used by government agencies to do whatever they wish with you. I know a lot of people will say they don't have nothing to hide, but the thing about it is these cameras are monitoring every single thing you do. And in a country where the private citizens are no longer private anymore, and every habit they have can be recorded and stored by these private corporations, the AI advancements that we will see in our country will be able to amplify the use case for these, be a force multiplier for anybody who wants to use these data storage data points for nefarious purposes. Also, this is going to tie into these things that are seemingly random or just happenstance in our country, like namely 42 to 45 million Americans dependent on food stamps to be able to nourish their families each month in this country. And a lot of people are saying that's a parasite problem of these people that are leeching off the government, but I find it to be a money problem. A lot of these people, and I'm not saying everybody don't have a problem with working, they just have a problem with working 3 jobs and not having no money to eat. And whenever you're working hour by hour, and those hours that you have to work to get this fake money don't change, but the value of your currency does change, they're robbing you from right out under you. We are going to give our children, in which they will inherit a society that everybody is suspect. The police will pull up on you, and you just better just know the air of the things bad happening in our communities to justify the approach that they take to each and every citizen in this country, a majority of which I'm speaking of, not every single person, but basically, they walk up on you, they demand your name, ID, whatever, just for a call they've gotten, which is unconstitutional. We have the right to anonymity. Seems like in this country that has been stripped away from us, and it's justified by the danger that these police officers face in our country, which I'm not saying they don't have a dangerous job, because they do. Thing about it is we do not have to hand over our rights, because they have a dangerous job. They chose that job. In all honesty, these police officers should face danger, because they are doing a job in which people sit in an office, a committee, write down a bunch of laws to enforce on their populace, and then these other people in our society, police, have to go and enforce these lawmakers' wishes on the people. How many of these laws, of which there's hundreds of thousands, are unconstitutional that haven't been challenged yet? Because we have a populace that is ready and willing and even eager to drop down to their feet and honor our heroes in blue. Okay, we have a police force now in our country, guys, where they don't represent the American flag that represents the bloodshed to maintain the freedom that we have in this country. They have a blue-blooded flag, they bleed blue. They don't bleed the same color as me and you. You know, there's a lot of people out there that haven't caught the smell of this yet, that are totally backing the police. They're for the police, signs in the yard, bumper stickers, this sticker, that sticker, this patch, whatever. A lot of people with law enforcement families and backgrounds, but this is a psychological manipulation tactic to separate the police from the populace in which they subjugate. And like I just told you guys and explained how this all connects together, the division of the populace from the police, whenever they think that they are part of we the people, in which they are not. These police officers have we the people tattoos. I don't know who in the hell told them they're allowed to do that. But, you know, I don't think a government official enforcing these policies and laws that are not based on we the people's wishes and in which we get to be subjugated by them, they're not part of we the people, my friends. So, I mean, let's just get real here. You know, this is a psychological manipulation of our country to bring about a worldwide change. And this system that they're going to replace democracy with is a total control system in which everybody is a suspect. Okay? Everything you do will be monitored, and everything that you think can be estimated to a very high percentile of accuracy by these data systems, because they have been studying us for 15 years. You know, our phones have gave them access into our brain. Once they learn how we think, they can learn how we will behave. They can also alter and modify that behavior by these algorithms and things like that. So we will head into some very serious times. I would predict that there will be very bad things to happen in this country. A lot of people will die. My prediction, and then that will be used to usher in and justify this total security state in which we will give our children a country where they are no longer innocent until proven guilty, but they will already be able to be the way they think will already have been learned in by these games, apps, Facebook, whatever. A phone in front of our people all day is giving these private organizations and institutions the ability to map our mind, is what I'm trying to say to you. So we are in serious danger. It's very obvious. You know, there's a lot of people who ain't catching wind of this, but to those people who have had their head out from under a rock for the past 6 months or a year, you're going to be very well aware of these issues, hopefully, and you'll be outspoken about them, because once this gets established, the people who want to be speaking out then will be subjugated and persecuted, regardless of the fact that we have a First Amendment protected right to freedom of speech. That's not going to matter. That is not going to matter. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Hopefully that my voice, you know, will wake some people up out there. Even if one person tells one person, you know, that is the making of change. That is revolution. That is the rebellion. Just going and shaking your neighbor's hand and telling them that, you know, if they fall on bad times, you'll try to be there for them. I mean, I don't care if it's a couple eggs from your backyard, you got chickens, a loaf of bread, whatever, just lending a helping hand to your neighbor. That is rebellion. That is the exact actions that must be psychologically manipulated out of the population. We must all be divided. We must all hate each other. That way this system can advance. This is an anti-human, evil system. This is spiritual warfare. We have been led for the past 50, 70 years to make this change that we are going to go under very soon a more seamless process for the powers that be. So this is not just something that's just going to pop up overnight. This is something that we have been under for decades, okay, to make this very sharp change whenever they're ready, to be able to have a more seamless transition from a place where we have some illusion of civil rights into a place where that illusion is stripped from the population and justified to be able to do that to them. So, guys, you're going to have to start using your mouth. And those who do, that dare to have the courage to speak the truth in the times that we are facing, Please be prepared for what you got coming, because it is not good, my friend. The people who think outside the box, the people who ain't for the left or the right, they found their way out of this spell. They are going to be very harshly persecuted. So I love you guys. Hope this message rings true to a majority of the people who would check out my content. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time.